typically coming off a game like that, it's much better to have a bye and some time off rather than a different result.
It is, mate. It's always good to go into a bye with a win like that. So, good belief coming out of that game, and I think we're in a good spot as a team.
What's the morale been like? A sort of few of you obviously went away together, and you can't harp on it too much. A win is obviously better than a loss, but having that time away together, coming off that, is that a real sort of momentum builder that you can really, use it for the rest of the season?
Yeah, hopefully it is, mate. We've obviously got some good players coming back after the bye, and we had a little bit of a tough patch there for a while. So to finish off the first half of the season with 2 wins, with a schedule change in there as well, it's good for the side. And at the same time, we played a lot of young kids as well, so got a few games into them as well, and it's good for the club. And it's going to be some tough decisions for the club coming up with selection, also with some good talent coming back.
Are you going to go down to the Waffle on Saturday and watch Luke Shuey?
Shuey's harping about it. He's telling all the boys to come down, but I'll go support everyone else.
It is a big deal though, him coming back and potentially adding that dynamic to the midfield. We, obviously excited to have him back. Are you nervous? With obviously his hamstring issues and getting him healthy.
I think this time round he's obviously had the surgery and he's had a big block of training, so I think he can take confidence out of that. So it's exciting for the club and what he brings with the leadership aspect and his talent also. I'm really excited for, and we're pretty well close to full strength now, so hopefully it's a good second half of the year.
And what's Elliot Yeo been like having him back?
Yeah, he's good, mate. He's starting to hit his straps now. Obviously limited game time for the first few games, but he only has to touch it 20 times to have a real impact on the game. So I'm excited for the second half of the year with him as well. So he's a gun player, and we're a better team with him in it.
And you're going at career high numbers personally. Are you getting better with age, or is that a bit about opportunity with some of the inside mids?
Yeah, I think it's just enjoying my footy with a bit of opportunity as well. Obviously Shuey and TK and Yoey at the same time being out and out of the side this year, so it allows me to play on ball a little bit more. So just enjoying that and prepared for them coming in and play probably bit of a different role and spread the load.
So is it you and Sheed that have probably gone into the centre square more to cover what's been out?
I think so, because they're pretty dominant inside mid, so me and Sheeda cover that a little bit. But Gaffy's pinch hitting there, Lukey Edwards on the weekend, so we've got depth to go through there. But obviously that's their forte and that's what they're good at, so they'll be taking that role a little bit more.
So with the full strength midfield now, does that probably push you onto a wing more?
I think everyone's load will spread out a little bit, but yeah, definitely play a little bit more wing, and I know it could be forward, could be either of the wings.
And you took some good marks in defence, sort of chopping off maybe the other night. Was that sort of part of dropping back as part of your wing job, or what was? Just talk a bit about
I think that's a role everyone has to do, and we just try to help our defenders as much as we can and get back at times. But I was just fortunate enough that that's the way it played out on the weekend, and I was able to get involved in the back half.
Happy to stand in front of Aaron Norton, are you, the next game?
Yeah, he can jump. He'll probably jump on my head, but got to be smart with your positioning. But whatever my role is for the team, I'm looking forward to doing that in future weeks.
Luke Edwards, you mentioned him, he's been really, really good, but with Tim Kelly, Luke Shuey, Yo already back, it's going to be hard to keep him inside. What do you say to a guy like Luke if he does end up missing out, or if he gets to stay in for one more or two more? How do you deal with that as a young player? What would you say to him?
I think it's just part of the industry and where he's at in his career. I think we've all been through it, and the stage we're in, we've got a lot of quality midfielders and experience on the list. So that's just a part of his apprenticeship, and he hadn't put a foot wrong since he's been here, from pre-season to Waffle to AFL now. So I think he'll accept that if it does happen, but hopefully he can hold his spot and keep pushing and putting pressure on us older senior midfielders. So it's just part of the caper.
Willie Rioli be back on Sunday. Have you spoken to him, caught up with him in the lead-up?
I haven't face-to-face, mate, but I've obviously touched base with him, and I'm excited for what's to come with him as well. He's got a big block ahead of him. Looking forward to getting a fit Willie back, and hopefully he can push for games later in the year.
What does he, it seems obvious, but what does a guy like him add to, from just a pure football sense, to what you've already got on the field?
Yeah, Willie's a beauty. His pressure around the ball and his presence on the field is pretty amazing, and then he can do that freakish stuff to finish as well. So he's a pretty handy asset, and he likes the big game. So if we can get him fit and hopefully qualify as quick as possible, finals would be exciting.
Bulldogs obviously been in such good form this year, right up there at the top of them with the Demons. How much belief do you take from a win over a powerhouse side like Richmond heading into a clash against the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I would definitely take a lot of confidence. I think Richmond knocked them off a few weeks back as well. So every game has its challenges, and we're going to have to be just as good or better this week against Bulldogs with their form they've been in. So it's another exciting clash, and hopefully we can get the job done and then build more confidence from that leading into the back half. But it's exciting, and I know the boys are keen for this weekend with previous 2 games.
I think you're at about 76% time on ball this season. If your role does adjust with Shuey coming back, how do you does your preparation change, or how do you sort of go if you're shifted into a bit of a different role for that clash?
Yeah, I suppose it's just the way it is. So I think it's going to be better for the team, and as long as we're winning, I don't really mind in that regard, and probably a little bit more time on the bench even as well. So we've got to work it out somehow, but that's just the way it is, and I just want to win games and qualify as quick as we can and hopefully play finals.
Jake, where are you at in terms of a new contract? Is that...
The club's is happening in the background, so I'm not too fussed at the moment and just playing footy at the moment, and hopefully that gets done later in the year.
How are you sort of physically? I guess from your point of view, you're saying some multiple years would be good. Do you feel like you've got lots of footy left in you?
Yeah, I think I've got multiple years left, but the way it is, I think once you hit 30, it's probably 1-year contracts as you go. So I'm not too fussed. I'm not thinking about it too much, and all I can do is prepare each week and play footy. But I know what's happening in the background, so whenever that happens, it happens. But for now, it's just focus on footy.